So, this is the first devlog of a project I'm working on called SCP World. Ignore the squeaky chair. This is a project where I'm hoping to have multiple sites and also multiple containment breaches. Each site will contain different SCPs, and the player can explore throughout each site. The plan so far as well, that each site could be designed differently, that I'm still deciding on, and at the moment it's probably just going to be all the same, but I don't know. Overall, this is just me, one man project, working on quite a big project or idea, but alright, thanks screensaver. Anyway, but I'm hoping that I can actually pull this off, and also hoping that people can join in on the bandwagon later on, which would be quite nice, because there are some things I cannot do in games design, like room modelling and modelling in general. I'm not the best at it. Anyway, onto the actual devlog itself. I have had at least 2 days of work being done, and so far the video starts with me testing out the blink feature, which does work when you press space, and it does also work when it drains. Heading to 650 and sprinting there. The sprint also works. The way 650 works is if you walk into that little area I just walked into, I will trigger a little thing where it will say if 650 is free or not, and when you walk in it'll say yes, it's free, and then he's allowed to teleport behind you between every 30 to 60 seconds, and obviously that can be a bit of a surprise. Anyway, now I'm having a look at SCP-173, and he's not moving at the moment, and it will in a second. There he is. He just appears out of nowhere. It's great. He will always blink. Whenever you blink, he will move. However, sometimes... Oh, there's a door. Sometimes he won't move if you're outside of his view range, but he will move if you blink. There you go, you can see that he can open doors, and 650 appears behind. Not the best timing. And if I look now, if I blink, he'll actually go around the entire room I've done. It's quite funny. Completely accidental, because I don't have any other rooms. And there he is again. But he will actually walk up to the door and open it. Weird bug is that if he's already in the box, the collision box or the trigger box, and you close the door, he will not open it, or it will not open it. It's weird, and I don't know why. It isn't set to do that, but there's probably something I can do to fix that. And there he goes, he opens the door again. I've also, instead of using the typical 173 opens the door, just for this, I'm not actually going to use the base game sounds. I'm hopefully going to actually remake all of them, with help from other people who are willing to help out with making music and things. So I think I'm going to end up doing the sound design, but I've used the fast door instead because it makes more sense in my mind. You don't actually hear it in the main game, even though the sound is there, or I've never heard it in the main game. But it is there. I'm not sure how it happens, but I find it more scary or more startling, because all of a sudden the door is being opened up out of nowhere. Anyway, I think the next step is for me to make the sounds for when 173 moves around. There's all the concrete rustling, and also for me to create a large door. Now, what I'm planning on doing with the large door is that when it's closed and 173 is on the other side, when they get to it, they will start an animation that will teleport them inside the door, but the animation will start just before it. And what will happen is they will actually open the door. So you'll hear the door starting to malfunction as it's starting to be pulled open, and the player will be going to an animation cycle of just blinking at certain intervals. Every interval will actually make the door open more, and 173 will get further and further in, at which point the doors will open on their own and 173 is there on the inside. I think that would be probably easier, because then I don't actually have to teleport them all over the place. And yeah, I think it would be quite fun to include. Anyway, that's probably what I'm going to be working on for the time being, and then after that it will be onto the other base SCPs from the main game, or the base game. It would be 106, 049, 096, and I think that'll be it for the stereotypical SCPs that everyone loves to include in their SCP games, and I'm falling into their trap as well. But after that it will be the other SCPs that are items, and would then be guards. And yeah, again, the aim of this is to recreate the base game and then expand on from that, which I think is actually a good idea. That's the end of this devlog, and stay tuned for the next one.